In 1956, if your mother worked, grandma watched you. Free. Today, working parents pay $2,000 per month to strangers at daycare. What happened to the American family? When America was simpler, childcare meant family. If mother needed to work, grandmother stepped in. No money changed hands, no contracts, no background checks, just family taking care of family the way families had done for generations. Today, that world is gone. Grandparents live 800 miles away in retirement communities. Young parents pay devastating amounts to leave their children with people they barely know. Institutional daycare has replaced grandmother's kitchen. This is the story of how we went from free family love to expensive strangers, and what it cost us beyond just money. It's 1956, Tuesday morning, 7:30 a.m., Oak Ridge, Tennessee. A mother stands at her parents' front door. Her 4-year-old daughter holds her hand, carrying a small cloth bag and a doll. The door opens. Grandmother stands there, apron already on, smell of coffee and biscuits drifting out. She smiles, opens her arms. The child runs to her, wraps small arms around grandmother's waist. The hug is long, familiar, completely safe. The conversation is brief. Details about the day. The child had breakfast, needs lunch around noon, should nap after. Grandfather will take her to the park if weather holds. Mother will return at 5:30 after her shift at the telephone company. This arrangement has existed for months, 4 days weekly, $24 weekly salary, and grandmother watches the child while mother works. The mother kisses her daughter goodbye. The child doesn't cry. Why would she? This is grandmother's house, the same house where mother herself grew up. The child knows every room, knows where the cookie jar sits, knows grandfather keeps peppermints in his pocket, knows the backyard swing. This is her second home. Cost, $0. The grandmother doesn't charge. The thought would be absurd. This is her granddaughter, her own daughter's child. Family doesn't charge family for love. But here's what made this arrangement work, something that doesn't exist anymore. The day unfolds in familiar rhythms. Grandmother works in the kitchen. The child sits at the table, coloring, talking. Easy conversation about nothing and everything. Grandmother knows this child completely. Knows she dislikes green beans but eats carrots. Knows she gets cranky without a nap. Knows when she's coming down with a cold just by looking at her eyes. 4 years of regular time together creates knowledge no stranger can match. Lunch is simple. Sandwich, fruit, milk. The child eats at the same table where her mother ate as a child. Same chairs, same plates. After lunch, nap time in the guest room. Really the child's room now. Grandmother keeps a drawer of clothes here, toys, books. The child has belongings in this house the same way she has them at home. At 3 o'clock, grandfather comes home from his plant shift. He finds his granddaughter in the backyard. She runs to him. He picks her up, spins her around. This happens every Tuesday and Thursday. Their routine. They walk to the small park 3 blocks away. Grandfather pushes her on swings. They feed ducks. He tells stories. She half listens, but that's fine. The point isn't the stories. The point is the time together. The bond forming between grandfather and granddaughter through ordinary afternoons. At 5:30, mother arrives. The child runs to her, chattering about her day. Grandmother hands over the cloth bag and doll. Mother thanks her. Grandmother waves it away. This is what family does. This was completely normal in 1956, but 3 things existed then that made it possible. And all 3 are gone now. First, grandparents lived nearby. Same neighborhood, often same block. Multi-generational proximity was standard. You didn't move away from family, you stayed close. Second, grandparents were available. Grandmother's children were grown. She had time, health, energy. Grandfather worked but had flexibility. They wanted to help raise grandchildren. It gave them purpose. Third, the culture expected it. Extended family functioned as a support network. This was normal, not exceptional. Nobody thought twice about grandmother watching her grandchildren while daughter worked. The children absorbed family history, values, identity. They learned from 2 generations simultaneously. They felt secure, loved by an extended network. The parents had peace of mind, complete trust. No worry about whether the caregiver was kind or reliable. Of course she was. She was grandmother. She loved this child as much as the parents did. This system worked because multiple generations lived near each other and functioned as a unit. The extended family was the safety net. But if you walked into a modern daycare today, you wouldn't recognize anything from that 1956 morning. Everything changed. Fast forward to today. Same scenario, working mother, 4-year-old daughter, but nothing else is the same. The mother stands in the lobby of Bright Beginnings Learning Center, 7:30 a.m., institutional building, bright painted walls trying to look cheerful, plastic toys, safety certificates, staff badges with photos. A daycare worker approaches, young woman, maybe 23, friendly smile, wearing a polo with the center's logo. She greets the child by name, but it sounds rehearsed. She's greeting 20 children this morning. The mother signs in on a digital tablet, fingerprint scanner, security protocols. The child must be signed in and out. Only authorized adults may pick her up. Photo ID required. The mother hugs her daughter. The child clings slightly. She's been coming here 8 months, but drop-off is still hard. This isn't home. It isn't family. It's a building where she spends 10 hours daily, 5 days weekly. The mother leaves. The child watches through the window as mother walks to the car. The worker gently redirects her attention. Time for breakfast with the other children. Cost $2,100 monthly. $25,200 yearly. For one child. The center is clean, licensed, meets all state regulations. Staff are background checked, security cameras everywhere, fire suppression, emergency protocols. On paper, everything is professional and safe. But the child doesn't know these people, not really. Staff rotates. The young woman greeting her this morning wasn't here 2 months ago, won't be here in 4 months. Daycare turnover is 30 to 40% annually. Low wages, hard work. The child adjusts to new faces constantly. And here's what nobody tells parents about institutional daycare. The day follows an institutional schedule. 7:30 to 8:30, breakfast and free play. 8:30 to 9:30, circle time. 9:30 to 10:30, outdoor play. On and on. 30 children moving through the day on a schedule designed for institutional efficiency, not individual needs. The child sits at lunch with 5 other 4-year-olds, chicken nuggets, apple slices, milk. But no one at this table knows she doesn't like chicken nuggets. No one knows she prefers carrots to apples. No one has 4 years of deep knowledge about her. The staff are kind. They're not cruel. They do their jobs professionally, but they're managing 30 children. Individual attention is impossible. 5 minutes one-on-one with each child per day. Maybe. If nobody is crying or fighting or needs help, the child doesn't tell detailed stories about her day here. There's no one-on-one conversation, no kitchen table chat. She's in a group all day. Adult attention is divided among many. Nap time, 30 cots in rows, lights dimmed, white noise machine humming. The child lies among strangers. If she has a bad dream, there's no grandmother to comfort her immediately. She's one of 30. No grandfather arrives at 3. No walk to the park, no duck feeding, no stories. Instead, more structured activities, more group time, more institutional routine. At 5:30, mother arrives. The child is exhausted. 10 hours in an institution drains a 4-year-old. Mother asks about the day. The child says, fine, but can't provide details. What is there to say? Same room, same routine. Days blend together. But here's the part that's even worse than the emotional cost. The mother feels trapped. She must work. 2 incomes are necessary now. 1 income can't cover rent, food, healthcare, student loans, car payments. Her salary, $48,000 yearly. After taxes, $36,000. Daycare costs $25,000. She's effectively working for $11,000 after childcare expenses. But if she quits, the family can't survive on 1 income. The math doesn't work. She's trapped in a system that takes most of what she earns. Her own mother, the child's grandmother, lives 800 miles away. Florida, retired to a senior community. Grandmother is 68, healthy, active. She would love daily time with her granddaughter, but she lives too far away. She visits twice yearly. The child barely knows her. The American family diaspora. Children move for college, then jobs. They settle wherever employment takes them. Parents retire somewhere else entirely. The extended family that once lived within blocks now spans thousands of miles. So childcare falls to strangers. Paid strangers. Expensive strangers. For 2 children, costs nearly double. $3,500 to $4,000 monthly. $42,000 to $48,000 yearly. More than many entire salaries. Some families pay more for childcare than their mortgage. Some mothers quit because their salary barely covers daycare. Some go into debt. Some use cheaper, unlicensed daycares that worry them. Everyone struggles. And the saddest part? Everyone loses in this system. Parents, children, grandparents. Everyone except the children grow up in institutions. They know workers' faces but not their life stories. They spend more waking hours with paid caregivers than parents. They learn to function in groups, to wait their turn, to share attention among many. They don't experience the focused, individual love of a grandparent who has all day to devote to them. The grandparents feel useless, disconnected. They have time, energy, love to give. But they're geographically distant. They see grandchildren via video calls, brief visits twice yearly. They miss the daily intimacy. They miss the purpose it gave their lives. They miss the bond. The parents pay crushing costs and feel constant guilt, working all day to afford daycare so they can work. The circular trap of modern American family economics. Nobody wins except the daycare industry, extracting $25 billion annually from struggling families. In 1956, family took care of family. It cost nothing. The bonds created were priceless. Today, strangers raise children for devastating amounts of money. We accept it because we have no choice. Was 1956 perfect? No. Women had fewer work opportunities. If grandmother was unkind, parents had limited options. If grandparents died young or lived far away, families struggled. Does today have advantages? Yes. Professional childcare includes education. Standards provide safety assurances. Women have careers their grandmothers never dreamed of. But the loss is real. Family cohesion, intergenerational bonds, grandmother's patient love, grandfather's afternoon walks. That security of being raised by people who've known you since birth. No daycare worker, however kind, can replace that. And $25,000 yearly is a down payment on a house. College savings, retirement. American families lose this not because daycare is better, but because family isn't available anymore. When America was simpler, family took care of family. Grandparents lived nearby. It cost nothing financially. The bonds were priceless. If your grandparents helped raise you, you were fortunate. You experienced something becoming rare. Share your memories in the comments. How much time did you spend with grandparents? What do you remember most? Like this video and subscribe to When America Was Simpler. When America was simpler, we knew family mattered most. Maybe we can remember.